Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be showcasing this game, RivenWorld, the First Error. And what I'm excited about this game is it's like a medieval knights kind of battling kind of world with the survival aspects included into the game. And it's going to be multiplayer, obviously. And it's saying release date 2023. We're going to go look at their Kickstarter page in just a moment to look at what that's all about. This came up on my Facebook feed today, and I thought, well, geez, why don't I take a look at it? And after looking at the Steam store page, I kind of get a little excited about it. There's some neat features that this game has. I'm just going to go to the first video because this has been going through the videos here. I mean, this is going to have building aspects where you'll build things in the game and you'll have to collect things like a survival game. You have an inventory control. You have an interface which will allow you to build objects in the world. Let me just scroll down here. There's not really much on their discussion page. Let's just go there real quick. So if you go to discussions, really nothing here other than their links. Their social media links. I have joined their Discord server, and there's not really much here. Thank you for taking the interest in the game. We're working on since July of 2022, and it looks like we've accomplished a lot and have the game world about 75% complete, and the server software around 85% complete. I mean, that's good to know. I mean, especially if they're going to be releasing it this year. Now, I'm just going to drag over... Oh, before I do that, let's just look at what it's titled. It's an online PvP, online co-op with partial controller support. They are going to try to release it for the other, like, I believe console games like the Xbox and PlayStation. I think I read that. But let me just bring up their Kickstarter page. And let me just bring it over to this window here. And the roadmap looks like this. We began the development in July of 2022. January 2023, they're going to launch their Kickstarter, which that's what this page is. And March, they're going to do alpha release to Kickstarter backers. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, I don't mind paying for a game. I'm not much into Kickstarting. I'll help promote a game, but I'm the kind of person that will buy the game and play the game. I've never added to revenue for a Kickstarter project. I just never have. I want to make sure that the game is actually on the store, buyable, playable, before I'll spend money on anything. So I will talk about a game and help promote a game, but I'll never do Kickstarter. But with that said, you know, if you're a person that really wants to help these developers out, then the Kickstarter page is the way to go. My efforts to helping them out is hopefully helping them with getting the word out that, look, they got a Kickstarter and they're looking for revenue. Now it looks like they're looking for $45,000. And they've had this going 22 days. Oh, no, it's got 22 days to go. So if you want to help them out here and you're a person that likes to back in, obviously that's the incentive to kickstarting, is you can get into the alpha release to help them test it. Then yeah, Kickstarter is the way to go. And then they're projecting early access on Steam in July. So hopefully they do make their goal, their 45,000, and they can, you know, if they've got most of the game complete. I mean, I guess Kickstarting, I'm not trying to say anything derogatory about Kickstarters. Kickstarting, at least you know where you stand. You've given money to support the effort, and you know that money might allow them to get to their goals or might not allow them to get to. You're taking a risk there, but you're on board by helping them out. Unlike other games who kind of trick you into that Kickstarter window where they'll early access it on Steam when they know they don't really have a game yet. So what they'll do is they'll bypass the Kickstarter phase, go right to early access. They got 1/10 of a game, and then they charge you $30. And then at that point, you're basically giving them $30 to help them continue to develop their game, whereas that was what they should have done with a Kickstarter window. And then you got a lot of people not happy they got 1/10 of a game for $30 with the future promises that it should get better. I mean, that happens a lot on Steam. A lot of games go into early access and not even close to being finished. And it's just because the developers need some extra cash real quick to help get it to move forward, because they either didn't want to do a Kickstarter or their Kickstarter failed. So at least they're being honest here that we're in the development phase, that we need some Kickstarter money, and it would be very helpful if we can get the goal up to 45,000. So there it is. And you can find these links. You can find these links off the Steam page. Let me go back to the Steam page. I believe they have the Discord here, the link for there. That's how I joined their Discord. So let's talk a little bit about what I know about the game. When I was reading about it, I can just read, it's a survival of medieval world, and it's an open world sandbox survival multiplayer game based in the medieval era. And yeah, this is up my alley. A lot of building. It looks like you can do a lot of building, a lot of crafting. I did see a video for, here's the video for the gameplay. So let's just look at the gameplay footage here. And I'll turn on the sound here.
Together with your fellow travelers, you will fight together or against one another for control of the Elder's throne and take control of this cursed land. Make your own destiny.
I wouldn't say the graphics are the best graphics I've ever seen, but if it gets the job done, it gets the job done, right? I mean, it looks. I mean, it looks thought out, and it looks like it's got a robust building system, which, if you know anything about me, that's what I love about these type of games. You're obviously going to have to go collect all the resources to build something like this. But what's great about it is look at the size of this thing. They're promoting this huge building, so I'm going to go with the assumption that their game can handle that kind of thing in their world, where there are games where they're survival building games, and once you build something, it just lags and clogs the server down. So, we won't know how this will perform once it's launched. And if Tarkus builds a huge castle that anybody walking towards it are just getting to the lag jitters because the game can't handle it. But I'm not going to say anything bad about that right now because we don't know. And the graphics, again, they're not as robust as I'd like to see, but maybe that's the compromise. The graphics are a little less so that you can do more. And I enjoy that. Like, look at original RuneScape. I mean, that was just a pixel kind of game, but I loved it. Had no real great graphics. It was just you walking around in like a 1980s kind of player, and it was a very enjoyable game. This, at least, the artwork, it looks nice. I mean, I would say it's an 8 out of 10, not a 10 out. Like Skyrim. When you look at Skyrim's a 10 out of 10. I mean, come on. I mean, we all can agree on this. This is around the 8. Maybe it'll get better. I'm not trying to be negative here. I think it is what it is, and it's whatever their style of art is. And art is subjective. That's the whole bit about it. Video games are subjective, what you like, what you don't like. But I wanted to plug this one because it looks like this one I will enjoy doing once they have the actual pre-order or let's buy this on Steam. I will buy it and I will play it and I will do some videos on it. I'm going to wish list it. It's going to be added to my wish list, and I'm looking forward to it because if it can release this year and it can perform very well, then I think this game has lots of potential, especially for those people who didn't like Ark Survival, those people that didn't like Rust. Maybe this could be their game. It does look like it's got some promise, but again, it's really a little early to tell. They don't have a lot going on their page, And I think moving forward, now that it's being advertised, marketed, at least on Facebook, that they might see more activity on their Steam page. No art, no screen, no broads, obviously no videos, news. Okay, they do have a little news here, but it's all about the Kickstarter, that they're starting the Kickstarter. So if you want to promote this game, I do think you should go to their Kickstarter and give them some moolah. Tarkus is promoting it, so that's my help into this phase. And again, Tarkus will drop money on this game as soon as I see it in the Steam store. All right. Well, hopefully you're excited about the game, because I am. I mean, for me, just finding it today, I'm quite excited about it. I think it's got what people are looking for in a game. And, you know, it can be fun or it can be a disaster. But then again, that can be said about any video game you play today, is you just don't know what you're going to get when you get it. But you got high hopes. And I always tell people that, you know, try to keep your high hopes down a little bit. Kind of be like, okay, we know, you know, this is what they promised, but that promise might not happen on day one. But as long as they make efforts to rectify whatever's going on wrong with the game or add content to the game timely, then you know you're getting your money's worth. It's those games that you buy on day one, pay $30 for, and they don't update the game for 4 or 5 weeks. And there's all sorts of game crushing problems with the game, and they're addressing them at month increments instead of actually addressing them timely, like 3 days, 4 days, you know, hot fix the game and make sure that things that are killing the game are getting fixed timely. I mean, that is the best approach to keeping longevity of your game, is fixing your game when people report issues timely. And let's hope the developers do that with this game. Not to say that it might come out of the box and it might just run perfect and maybe there's never an issue. And I've actually had games like that were really close to perfect when they released. And really, for the first month, there was not that many bug reports. In a lot of games, you have to wait for the next download or the next add-on, and maybe that the robust add-ons that they do, maybe that kind of tweaks the game a little bit. But I've had some dump-to-fire games where no matter what the developer did, they continued to mess the game up. And so you never know. I mean, it's all a crapshoot, but this game looks promising, and I'm going to steer you to this game, and Tarkus will be playing this game. Well, thank you for joining me. This has been the Tarkus Zone.